Hi work enthusiasts, how are you doing today? In today's video I would actually love to share with you a little self-experiment that I have started, and I just want to give you a little feedback on how it goes so far. In October 2020 I got really ambitious to, do more. I don't know why it was. Maybe it was because during Corona I did not have so much time to, work. I don't know. So towards the end of 2020 I was just really ambitious and motivated and was like, I want to do more. So I thought to myself, why not join 2 courses on developmental psychology and children's psychology? And so I signed into those courses. They actually provide me with up-to-date information and, research papers. So I thought this would make perfect sense to do. One of these 2 courses was an intense course that ran for over 2 months, from January to February, and it was a lot of reading material. There were online tasks that I had to do, and theoretically practical tasks in the form of what-if questions. Because lockdown, Corona, I was not able to, or nobody was able to attend a personal seminary, so they did not even offer one, and instead they asked these theoretically practical questions. That course ran for over 2 months, and the second course that I signed in to runs over 18 months, so I'm 2 months, actually 3 months into that already. And it has an equal amount of workload, so it's 12 hours per week, and we have 3 additional weeks during which we have to participate, like be there in person and practice in group what we have learned in the theoretical part. Of course, then I also have my online tasks to do, a lot of reading material, and again it also says that for each of these study letters, these task sheets, you need to work 12 hours per week, and each task sheet you have to fulfill within 1 month. I was, as I said, super excited and highly motivated, especially when the reading material came. I did not do an unboxing video, but it's fine. The boxes came, I opened them, and it's like always when you get new, shiny, brand new, wonderful, interesting material, you're always like, oh, I want to dig right in. So I was really excited for that. What did I do next? I did not dive right into it and started working on it right away without a plan. That is just not me, and it would probably not have worked out anyways. I knew that each of the study brochures would require me 12 hours each week to work on for 4 weeks total to finish the task sheets. With the lockdown in January and February and the boys being home, I had to be really smart on how to divide my time up between taking care of my children and doing the household and cooking, and working 2 to 3 hours either in the morning or the afternoon, because my husband and I would divide the day up. So if I would work in the morning, I would take care of the boys in the afternoon, and vice versa. So I had 2 to 3 hours either in the morning or in the afternoon, and then 1 to 3 hours in the evening after the boys had gone to bed. And these work hours would include not only working on these 2 courses, but my actual work too, so the work that I have to do for my business. So I had to see which tasks would be done best at what time. Since I am pregnant, heavily pregnant, I knew that I would also have to rest in the evenings and lie my legs up and just lie on the couch and relax. So I left the reading material for the evenings so that I could just, sit down on the couch, read through the materials, take notes and highlight things on the couch. And I knew that I still would have to be super concentrated because it was like heavy stuff that I was reading, so I needed to be able to understand it, so not too tired. But at the same time, I was like, this is something that I could do while I put my feet up. The task sheet I answered when all the questions were answered, all the open questions, and everything was clear to me, and when I had read through the whole study brochure and the additional reading that they required me to read or asked me to read. I didn't read all of them because there were like sometimes even 50 articles or so, but some articles that I found really interesting, yeah, I would just read through them. Then I would go to my calendar and block the time to just work on these tasks early in the morning when my brain was still fresh and energized, and also on Saturday morning till afternoon 3:30 or so. So that is when my husband took the boys and let me work. And it was not too bad because, you know, it was just like one Saturday every month or 2 Saturdays every month. So it was not too bad. Then I took my annual calendar and I set fixed deadlines for each of the tasks to be handed in. Since I had 2 courses that I took over these 2 months, I had to be able to squeeze a 4-week workload into 2 weeks. So I had the other 2 weeks for the other course, and that was the tricky part, that I actually had so much stuff to do within these 2 weeks each for each course that I had to cut back at some point and somewhere, and that was in my business, my other business tasks. But it was okay because I knew it was only for these 2 months that it would be that kind of stressful and that I would not be able to work that much on my business, and that I would have to work sometimes 3 hours in the evening. Like, I was really tired in the evening then too, but as I said, I knew it would only be for 2 months. So if it would be 6 months or even a year, I would probably have said, oh no, I am just dropping one course. But this way I knew that I personally would be able to do that, and I was able to do that, but I knew that I could not have done it for a longer period of time. I knew that these 2 months, they were intense, they would be intense, and I had the right mindset for that. And yeah, so in that matter, it was perfectly fine. So as I said, I set some fixed deadlines and I made myself accountable for them. I knew that when I would not meet those deadlines, work would just accumulate from there, and I would not be able to finish the course in the given amount of time, but would have to pay extra amount of money to prolong the course for another month in order to get all these tasks done. So I knew that if I wanted to save money and not spend more money on the course than I already did, I would have to, you know, like really work hard on it. And so I made myself accountable by paying money for the course, by investing in myself and in my education with money and time, of course. And I also made myself accountable in the way that I told my children and my husband when I would work and when I would have time again, like just for them. So sometimes on Saturdays it was really hard for them. They were like, Mom, I want you to come and play with us and go outside with us, because they missed me and I missed them, of course. But I had to get the work done. So what I did, I set an alarm to go off at 3:30, and I said, you know what, boys, when the alarm rings, that is when Mommy is done working. And they would really leave me alone. And when the alarm would go off, they would jump for joy and run into the room and say, Mom, you're done, you can play with us now. And it was the best. It was so cute and really made me work so focused and so highly concentrated, because I wanted to be finished by 3:30. I did not want their excitement to stop by me saying, you know, mom needs another half an hour or so. So no, when they burst in, that's when I closed my laptop and said, yes, mom is done for today and I am all yours today and tomorrow. You know, it was just perfect. So I made myself accountable in that way too. So my family really helped me there too. So the bottom line here is that it is possible to further educate yourself while you have a full-time job and children to take care of. But there are certain things that come with it. Most important for me was that I had an intrinsic motivation. Like I had a why, and a strong enough why to sign up for 2 courses and to sit down and work on these 2 courses even in the evenings when I was really tired already, but I would still sit down and work on these things because I just saw why it was important to do that, and it was just something that I loved doing. Like I loved to further educate myself in that stuff, and it was really interesting to me. So I had this intrinsic motivation that kept me going, and it was really good. The fact that, as I said, it was just a short-term stress since the 1 course would only run for 2 months, I knew that I was able to do that and to, you know, scratch up that energy from somewhere out of my body and put it into that work. So I knew that it was only for 2 months and that was okay with me. So whatever stress level is fine with you, you should know, well, you're the one who knows yourself best. And if you say 2 months is too much for me, then maybe you find a course that goes for only 1 month, or you just don't sign up for 2 courses and just 1 at a time. That would probably be smart and advisable. So yeah, that's what I did anyways. I set myself reasonable deadlines. Like I really sat down and calculated how much time do I have, how much time can I really spare, and where do I have to make cutbacks, and would I be okay with these cutbacks? And that is all something that goes into figuring out what a reasonable deadline would be for you. And of course, I had a good social support system. I am so happy and so grateful for my husband to just, you know, take the boys and take them outside all Saturday afternoon and all Saturday morning and afternoon. And also sometimes we would have the grandparents to take the boys, so I was able to squeeze another hour in and get some work done either on the course or on my business. So that was actually really helpful too. There was like nobody holding a grudge over me, you know. It was not like, oh, you're always sitting there and working and, you know, I am doing this and that and you're not even, you know. It was just fine. Like my husband and I, we talked about that and he said, yeah, fine, you do that, it's perfectly fine, it's amazing, I love that you're doing it. And I had his full support, and that was really nice. And as I said, I worked highly focused, highly concentrated, super motivated, and I had no interruptions as I blocked that time in my calendar and put my phone away too. So those were the things that actually enabled me to, you know, finish that 1 course with really great results, and I'm really happy and proud of myself kind of as well. I am going to just do the same with the next course. You always have to know what is coming your way, as much as possible at least, and then find reasonable amounts of work and deadlines, and then it should actually be fine and work out. I hope I was able to encourage you a little bit and to give you a few useful tips and information on how to schedule your workday with some further education going on and being, you know, on your to-do list. It is possible, it is doable, it's just something that needs to come from within you, and you need to have a strong enough why, and then it should be working out perfectly fine. When you have your social support system and you know why you're doing things, then it is really rewarding and amazing. So you go try it out and see how things work out for you. Let me know in the comments down below if you are already doing some further educational program or what you want to do. And yeah, subscribe to my channel, and I see you in the next video.